BTS reaction videos have already become extremely popular with ARMY. For this reason, and primarily because I have received literally hundreds of requests to react to more BTS videos, particularly videos that will help me learn more about BTS and this incredible, seemingly worldwide passion, I have created a new series titled I Just Discovered BTS. This new series of mine is my genuine contribution to display my rapid, newfound interest in the multi-talented seven guys from Korea known as BTS. If you're new to the channel, I humbly ask you to please subscribe. And to everyone watching, I humbly ask again that you like, comment, and share these videos and hit that post notification so you can follow the series. I hope you all enjoy the ride while watching me learn more about this incredible phenomenon. Thanks for watching. Peace. Yo, what is going on, guys? How's everybody doing today? I hope you're all feeling good, looking good, smelling good, brush your teeth good, and took your electric toothbrush and squirt some body wash on it and brush your butthole's teeth. And I hope you had something delicious to eat today. I'm back with another video. Not a reaction video today. It's going to be episode 6 of my I Just Discovered BTS series. In this episode, I'll be reading comments because I'm learning so much from your guys' comments. And I have to admit, you guys, I have to say, I don't admit, you guys already know this. Most of you know this from previous episodes. But I find myself reading through comments. I read through the comments, of course, but then the longer ones where I see that it's teaching me something, I will stop reading those like probably halfway through. Some of them I cheat and go ahead and read all the way through them, but I'll stop reading them because I want you guys to see me genuinely react to something new that I've learned or something new that you guys are teaching me. I want you to genuinely see my reaction or my genuine reaction to the information that I'm reading or whatever I'm learning about. So we're going to dive right into that right now. I think I have a lot to cover, so I want to get right to it. So first, I want to also thank you guys for the educating me in these comments. You guys don't understand. I'm in the comments like crazy, and I learned so much from them that it's I don't know. There's nowhere else to go. Is basically what I'm saying. So let's dive into this right now. So right now I have my Who is BTS? I Just Discovered BTS episode 4 pulled up, and there's a comment on here that I wanted to get into, and it's this one here. So let's drop this, read more down, and it's by Isa Allen. Who, by the way, if you're watching this video, Isa, I want to say Guten Morgen, Guten Tag, or Guten Abend, depending on what time of the day you're watching this video, because I know you're going to watch it eventually. Anyway, so I want to read this, guys, and then I want to kind of touch on it real quick if I can. So this Isa says, like I said from the last post, I said the thing you will learn and notice is that ARMY knows a lot about them because of how transparent they are to us. Besides the awards and fame and glory they show the pain, the hard work, and the grind they have experienced to get to where they are now. I know most idols have behind the scenes content for their fans, but they are the first to show, in my opinion, raw emotion. They say many times they fight, they get lazy, just like us, and even suffer from depression and even insecurities, etc. If you look into their docu-series, you feel their sincerity and see their transparency, like, for example, how hard these men work for us to the point of exhaustion. We see their efforts on stage at concerts, but we don't see them gasping for their O2 cans their staff has ready for them, or has ready right when the stage lift goes down. So I want to stop there for a second and talk about that. I did read this comment and I saw that and I made a comment about it, but oxygen cans, they're taking oxygen after their performances or in between their performances that's I don't even know if dedication is the proper word to use for that. That is going beyond. We have to come up with a completely new word, and I don't even think a thesaurus would come up with the right word for with the synonyms of dedication. But that is pretty remarkable. Is that safe? If anybody knows out there, I'm not sure if that's even safe. But and that sight shook me to the core, knowing they do it all for us. Yeah, no doubt. And yet stay so humble makes me appreciate everything more and more. And that is pretty. That's pretty. If you don't have any reason to really love BTS, that is one of the reasons why a lot of people should, and a lot of people do, a lot of army do, and a lot of baby army do as well. This is what draws me to them, is the fact that they are so dedicated to their fans. It's a big difference between being, like she said earlier, um, you know, uh, being a celebrity or being in the limelight. It's a big difference to fans or to us army when somebody is showing that type of dedication for us. It's incredible. You can't take anything. If you want to take anything away from them, that is what you can't take away. That is insane. You can't take anything, but I mean, that definitely is something that they own, and not a lot of people own that. Wow. Um, most idols show happiness and positivity. See, this is what I was getting into. Most idols show happiness and positivity in their content because they don't want their fans to see them suffering. But BTS has broken that mold of perfection and is showing a truer side of idols, a side that most people and their fans forget, and that is that they are humans too. And see, one of the main reasons why idols will do that, in my opinion, is because they have this thought that they have to appear like superheroes in order for fans to follow them. If they show any signs of weakness or anything like that, then we devalue their celebrity, and then we might not follow them as much. But the truth of the matter is, we're human beings, and we we sympathize with mistakes, or we sympathize with somebody that is not perfect. You know what I mean? That's what we do as human beings. That's just, I wouldn't necessarily say in our nature, but it's just that's a natural trait of a human being to identify with mistakes. It's just the way it is. I don't want to keep rambling on, but let's get into the rest of it. She's that humans too, and then she goes, that's why we are so protective and passionate for them, and also why we know so much, because they've shared it with us. I do recommend that you watch their Armypedia performance. They do 3 songs of their live band version, and their voices are so clear and crystal, and you can really hear how different their tones are. Wow. I'm definitely going to have to check that out. Since their style changes each comeback learning, wait, since their style changes each comeback, learning their vocals will help you know them even better. When I listen to their songs, I don't have to look at the color coding. Their voices are just unique to each person. It's so beautiful how 7 different voices can blend and complement the whole group without overbearing one another. And that is pretty interesting. And I do guarantee, guys, I'm going to get to that point where I don't have to look at any. I actually understand what color coded lyrics are from a comment that explained what that was. I didn't understand that, but to my understanding now, I think it's like color coded because all 7 of them have a different color. So as you're watching the lyrics, when their color pops up, you know who's singing that particular part. I think listening to them enough and getting to know their voices out definitely would be able to do that without, I have a really keen ear with music at times, and so I hear different noises that people don't hear in the beat, and then I learn quickly to distinguish different voices. But there's 7 of them, and I've never really followed a 7 person group before in my life. I don't think. Well, no, I think 5 was the most. some of the older groups that have 5 members, but 7 is a lot. And then in Korean as well. So I've never done that before. So, but I guarantee you guys, during this series, I will pick up on that. I haven't been doing much music because, like I said, I want you guys to see me react genuinely when I'm watching a music video or reacting to a music video or even reacting to like any performances during this series. Now, what I basically want to do is jump over to another comment that I read like a few. I read like a few of the sentences of this, and I think I skipped around and different things like that. But I think this will be very interesting to go over, as most of you probably didn't read this comment, and a lot of you did, I'm sure. But I want to read this comment because I know that I'm going to learn a lot from that, and you guys can see, live, not live, but you'll see me on camera learning this. So right now I have my BTS reaction number 4. This is August D. Daeshwita lyric reaction video that I uploaded. I had to upload that lyric video because I'm Baby Army. I was brand spanking new to BTS, and I didn't know to turn the closed captions on or anything like that. Until you guys, told me that you enlightened me on that and let me know that was a thing, and I could see the actual English interpretation of their Korean lyrics. So I have this pulled up, and I want to scroll down to which one was that? So I want to scroll down to so let these load here. Was it Sherry? Who was it? Sorry guys that this is taking a second, but there was, I know the person's name. The person's name was D. Walker, I believe. D. Walker, I believe. So let's see if I can find that one. Sorry guys if this takes me a second to find. Hold on. I didn't remember it being this far down. Sorry, let me jump back up and see is there any way I skipped it? Because I don't remember it being that far down. Sorry, guys. Where is this comment? I believe it was D. Walker. I remember D for sure, but the last name on here, I don't remember if that was the last name. I think it was Walker, if my mind serves me correctly. There was actually another one I wanted to read. This was an interesting one as well. This one here, by Nia Harmy Ling. You guys also have been telling me about this. So she mentions this DK TV for explanations, and I had a lot of people bring that to my attention in the comment section. So I'm going to definitely have to check out some of their videos when I'm doing a reaction during this series. This series, I don't know how many episodes this series is going to have, but I guess I can just keep it going. Even if it has 100 different parts to it. And I can make a playlist. I'm trying to make a playlist, or I have a playlist. I just haven't added I think I added 1 and 2, and I haven't gone further than that. But let's go ahead and read this one from Nia Harmy Ling. She says, the beginning is kind of like a chant, meaning approximately the king ordered to sound the gongs. So I had asked what they were saying in the beginning of the Daeshwita song. So she says the beginning is kind of like a chant, meaning approximately the king ordered to sound the gongs, which was traditional to do to great the king, or I guess she meant greet the king, or when the king won wars. Today, it's used when world leaders visit Korea on formal terms or there's a military march. By the way, people will recommend DK TV for explanations. While their interpretations aren't incorrect per se, The channel Bookish Theories goes properly in depth and connects the dots to the Bangtan universe and Jung's psychoanalytical theories that map of the soul is based on. Her videos are longer, but they are more educational than DK TV. And maybe a lot of you guys know of that that she's mentioning, Bangtan Universe, and you could probably attest to that. I'm not sure. I've never seen any videos from either of those channels. Another reason they aren't necessarily the best source is because they have a few comments about BTS that didn't fly with ARMY, and we largely ignore them. Especially for, I recommend Bookish Theories, the Korean teacher explaining the culture aspects of the visuals. Turn on English CCs, and then she gives the links. And this Korean DJ adding further context. Turn on the English CCs. Hope I typed the links correctly. And if you didn't, Naya, I'll find them. Trust me. Let me know if they don't work. Right now, I'm on the phone. I'm on my phone. I guess she's typing this on her phone. Yeah, it can be cumbersome to try to type a long comment using the phone. And I co-sign what the commenter said. I will gladly sit through 4-hour live streams about BTS. And I think since most of the fandom is above 25, we prefer the longer, more talkative videos rather than the quick ones that the TikTok generation likes. The TikTok generation. Moke TV just had an August D listening party last week, and it lasted for more than 3 hours, not including the half-hour technical difficulties. LOL. DJ Gino also regularly hosts. That didn't go together. Punctuation, guys. No, I'm just kidding. The half-hour technical difficulties. LOL. DJ Gino also regularly hosts viewing parties when we watch together older Run BTS, their own variety game show. Okay, you guys told me about Run BTS, their game show episodes, and that also lasts for 1 to 2 hours. We're used to long videos, so unless you have difficulties with YouTube, feel free to just talk to us in your videos and take your time, read and comprehend things. We rewatch their music videos and reread their lyrics a lot because there's always something new to discover. Thanks for the effort and have a lovely day. You are absolutely welcome. All of you are welcome if you're enjoying this series and I'm getting tons of people, which is really fascinating to me, that are willing to sit through me talking and watching me learn as I'm digesting, the things, or like she said, read and comprehend things at my own pace. This is what I'm doing, and I'm guys, you don't understand. Trust me, don't get me wrong. I enjoy watching the music videos or the other videos similar to the Who is BTS, what was it called? The 7 members of Bangtan. I really love that, and I really love reacting to that, but I really am just as excited about reading comments and learning what you guys know already. That is like so moving to me, and it's so educational. I really am digging learning about BTS, genuinely. And you guys, all of you guys, is crazy because you guys can sense it. But there was this one by D. So let's scroll down. Let's see here. Where is this comment? I know it was on this video. So I really want to find this one. So let's see here. But while I'm looking for this comment, I want to touch on something real quick. As soon as I find it, I'm going to hold there and then maybe to be able to concentrate better on what I want to say. So if you watch the last video with me reacting to the We Are Bulletproof Part 2 music video, which was absolutely insane. Guys, that video, that I was just completely in amazement, in awe of that video. The everything about it, and I know I've mentioned these things inside of uh, the video. Where is this comment? I really cannot find this comment right now. Hold on one second, guys. I'm sorry. But in that music video, so this is what I want to say. So right now, it's, per your guys' explanation, I am OT7, right? So I like them all equally as Army does, right? The whole bias thing, right? I know it seems like I'm leaning toward, like, some videos you watch me react to, and it's like I almost gravitate toward this one person in the video. So it seems like I'm about to choose a bias, right? And I'm not choosing a bias. What happens is something just stands out of that particular person during that particular performance, if that makes sense. So I know that I am not the only one that experiences that. So for example, you guys saw when I was watching the Who is BTS, seven members of Bangtan video, when I was doing a reaction to that in one of the episodes. I can't remember exactly what episode it was, but when I was watching that and you see me like get shook from hearing V in Singularity, when I heard that, right? And it almost seems like and before that, let's go actually back up a little bit. Before that, it was when I heard when I was first discovered BTS, and in the on Manifesto film music video, when I was watching that, a lot of you guys picked up on the fact that when I heard Jungkook, that falsetto solo part, a lot of you guys chimed in and said that wasn't falsetto, but I'm not a singer, so I don't know. But when it got to that point, and you see me like, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I'm getting goosebumps just even talking about it. When I saw that part, it might seem like I'm like, that might be, Jungkook might be shifting to one of my biases, at being a bias to me, right? And then let's go back to the Singularity with V. Then you see me like, who is that? What song is that? If you guys watch that video, I'm like, what song is that, right? So it seems like now I'm shifting towards, so I wouldn't say it's a teeter totter. You ever see those? I think it's like at gyms, they're like this round disc that has this half ball underneath it, and you have to, I guess it's like keep your balance on it. You could do push-ups on it, or you can stand on it and keep your balance. It's like one of those that I'm on. So it like sways, it can lean any kind of way. So that's generally what happens to me when I'm watching them perform, or a music video, or just even not even a music video or performance, just hearing something that they've done. Like for example, when you guys told me, somebody told me that when I was watching the Nobody's to Legends video, there was a part where they talked about the death threats that Rap Monster got, RM got, and that the ones that Jimin got. Whatever, threatening their lives, to take their lives. But okay, so one of you guys told me, or a few of you guys told me, I think, that Jin wore the identical outfit as Jimin to confuse this would-be murderer, this would-be killer, right? Stuff like that. It doesn't have to be a performance. Like during that, I'm like, you know what I mean? This little, I don't know what that little ball is called. You guys probably know, or that half ball disc thing. But stuff like that. It's like I might go crazy for hearing that news, and then finding out that, I mean, it being a performance, finding out what Jin did, and I may seem like I'm now about to pick Jin as a bias, but it's just collectively, they are just, for me, I can't pick a bias. It's like they form this warrior, right? They form this warrior, all together form this warrior, and without one of them, the warrior is like missing an arm or something like that. Does that make sense? It's like it's not whole without all of them, in my sometimes in my opinion, or with the way I feel right now, without being, being able to pick a bias right now. Guys, I am so sorry. I cannot find this this uh this comment. Did he delete it? I just seen it this morning. Like I wanted to pull it up, so I made sure it was there. It's like this really long comment, and it may have to go into some other ones um and then uh and then read that one. Now, the other day I received an email. I received an email from, if I can remember the name correctly, Stephen Alderman. It was from Stephen Alderman, and in the email, the title of it was something to the effect of he was trying to make a comment, and YouTube would not accept his comment. So he sent his comment basically in email form, and I actually wanted to read that comment or that email, because not only was it like really long, and Stefan, that's probably why YouTube wouldn't accept it, because they were like, dude, look, it's a comment section, not a place where you write novels. I'm just kidding, but like the email was pretty long, guys. It was very long, and I read a little bit of it, and then, like I said, I jumped through it a little bit, and he had like a lot of interesting points and things that I really wanted to share with you guys. It was an amazing email as the amount that I read, and like I said, I probably only read maybe total thing a paragraph maybe, and that's basically all I read. So guys, give me a second. I really honestly want to find this. I really want to find this. I can't believe I can't find it. I really thought it was on this video. How am I not able to see it? I scrolled through. Did I really just scroll through 200 something comments and didn't see it? How is this possible? Where is this comment? I'm so sorry, guys. I could have sworn that it was on this particular video. In fact, I even left the video open so that I would be able to find it. Maybe I should start. Maybe the emails that the comments that I decide to read for these episodes, maybe I should copy and paste it into another, like a Word document or something, so that I won't lose it. Where in the world is this comment? D, did you delete it? Because you didn't think I would read it? Where is this comment? So let me look, let me try to find it, guys. I'm sorry. I really, really want to read this comment. And so now I'll probably get lost figuring out which video it was on. He was talking about clearing something up, and what was he trying to clear up? So where did I just read that other one? That was episode 4. So let me go to let me try to jump to episode 4 of because I think that's where I read Ice's comment, was on episode 4 of the I Discovered BTS. I believe I read it there. Yeah. So let me see if it was on the same video. I could have sworn it was on a separate video. But let me scroll through this one and see if I'm able to find it. If it's on this same one, I'm sorry, guys, for like kind of wasting time. And all of you guys with the I purple you, trust me, guys, I purple you guys too. This is you see I have this idea for another series as well. Okay, so here we go. Find it, guys. Anyway, real quick, I'm considering another series. The other morning, I woke up and I was inspired by something, and I decided I wanted to start a new series on this channel. Not new as in replacing this I Just Discovered BTS series. Never that. It was in addition. It's something that I want to actually talk about. That I've been wanting to actually talk about starting a YouTube channel even before I discovered BTS. So I want to get in. I want to. I'm considering that. So hopefully you guys will follow that series as well once I start to get those out. So here we go, guys. We are. I finally found it. It was D Walker. It was actually on the same one as Isa Allen's comment. So I don't know why I was thinking it was separate. So look at this. So we're gonna drop this down, and I just want to scroll real quick and show you guys how long this comment is. So I didn't read the whole thing. I jumped through it and I read the beginning. So let's start from the top. And by the way, D, thank you so much for such a comment. D. So this is what I want to say this about this comment that I noticed. This will attest to my. I don't even know if I use attest in context correctly in context, but this will attest to my attention to detail. So I just want to show you guys how attention to detail I am. And this will help substantiate the fact that I'm genuine in discovering BTS and learning about BTS and wanting to, become, more experienced and more knowledgeable on what this group is about and what they stand for. So D, this is what I noticed about your comment here. Look how you broke up these paragraphs, and none of them are more than 4 lines long. So somewhere you have learned how to write a paragraph some kind of way. I don't mean grammar wise. I'm talking about breaking it up for the eye, breaking it up visually. You know how they always have psychology for everything. They have somebody that can figure out what mood you're in while you were writing a letter or something. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, there's people there's experts in that. I say expert, I use that term loosely because a lot of that stuff is just how people feel or how they see things. But there are people that are pretty good at learning, and you guys are actually pretty good at just noticing whether I'm genuine or sincere or not, which I think is pretty fascinating. But there are people that can figure out, you know how they have that. Well, they have that same thing in context in the way of writing or typing out something, right? About breaking it up visually for the eye. And they say that it's more likely that somebody will read something long if it's broken up the way you did it. So somewhere you learned that. You know what I mean? And correct me if I'm wrong, but somewhere you learned that breaking it up makes it easier on the eye. It's more, it's easier to read. It's more likely to be read when it's broken up this way. And I think that's pretty amazing. So let's get right into it, guys. I rambled enough. But he goes, first, let me say thank you for attempting to learn about this group when some won't even try to when it's their actual job to do so, like entertainment publications and news outlets. And I have to say this real quick, guys. I think a lot of people in the beginning of this series, I think I mentioned something about this is not clout chasing. A lot of even entertainment publications and news outlets, as D is speaking about here, they're really doing it for clout. Like a lot of places are not sincere. Even if they're a entertainment publication or a news outlet, I don't believe they're necessarily sincere about learning about the group. They just see that the group is popping, and they want a piece of the publicity pie, so to speak. And I don't know if you guys agree with that, but don't you think that's what a lot of news outlets and entertainment publications are after? I don't think that they're necessarily saying, hey, BTS is great and we want to really find out who they are. I'm not saying all of them are not genuinely interested, but I think they're just trying to, get a piece of the publicity pie is all I can think of right now. But he goes, now, before I get into BTS versus K-pop, I have to address something that you said. So he said, you seem to go back and forth between implying K-pop idols are all abused and almost helpless, while assuming U.S. entertainers can sue, thus have power. In the U.S., a music artist can sue, but will likely lose. One only has to look at the recent case of Kesha, who took a producer who raped her to court. She lost, and the producer went on to produce a #1 hit song last month. Wow. And don't get me started on the film industry. I hear you, D, which I've worked in. We used to have a saying: if you sue, don't do it in L.A., you will lose. So just to kind of clear this up real quick, D, and for anybody else watching, I didn't necessarily say all of, I wasn't implying that all of Korean K-pop idols are abused. I just knew that was a big thing. Like I said, I dated this chick years ago that told me that it was shady business basically, and a lot of the entertainers are abused and taken advantage of and stuff like that. So I know that that's not happening every single time with every case. I understand that. And then let's jump on the U.S. I know for a fact that U.S. entertainers are abused. We've heard over the years so many stories of abuse and how they're mistreated and taken advantage of. So I know that it happens in the U.S. Although we have the ability to be able to sue or take someone to court or complain about it. So I do understand that. So let's next paragraph. Most of the severe stories of abuse come from really small broke labels trying to use idol groups to get rich quick scheme, and that I can see that happening. There are hundreds of them. They convince these kids that they are almost as big as the big three, sign them into slave contracts where they have to pay back the money spent on them before they can make a dime. If they quit, they still have to pay putting them in debt. Physically and mentally abuse them, then have the nerve to think the kid will become as big as BTS and pay all their bills. That usually falls apart, is what he's saying. That dream or that attitude, usually backfires on them. The issues at the medium to larger companies are normally over amount of money paid 4 to 7 years into their contract, overworked or too many hours on the job without vacation, which can lead to exhaustion, mental instability, and that makes sense. Pressure to get plastic surgery to fit a beauty standard and extreme dieting, usually more an issue with female trainees. Now, also, this chick I dated also told me about the plastic surgery and how that's like a big thing and they have to fit that standard and stuff like that. So, and she probably told me a lot more in depth and then more intellectually. And I just remember tidbits of it. So, I'm no professional and neither was she, just a big, K-pop person. However, 2 of the big 3 companies have on staff psychiatrists. Wow. Which is more than what I can say for the US, where I know for a fact most don't even have health insurance, much less an on-site shrink at the company like Atlantic Records. LOL. Yeah, I see what you're doing there, D. You must have worked for Atlantic. And yes, Beyonce even has a song called Pretty Hurts that is about the U.S. industry beauty standards, and I know some of those standards. U.S. versus Korea is a pick your poison choice, right? None is better or worse than the other, and I feel that. However, in Korea, my perception from an outsider looking in, I've seen some of the mental abuse also come from a public that put pressure on the idol to represent the country of Korea as a perfect doll. Yeah. Just imagine telling Lady Gaga she has to be perfect as to represent America to the world, or we, the general public, will kick her out of the music industry. And that's actually not far from reality, because we do that as a thing. I think there's a bigger picture in control of it, though. It's not, the fans don't have all the power, is what I'm saying. The fans do not have all the power, because there are artists that we love, and that because they went against the grain of something, they're pretty much out, even though they still have a huge fan base. It's crazy how that industry is. And I know that you could probably agree with that, D. And a lot of you out there watching this video now can probably agree with that. And also, let me say, Lady Gaga would probably shoot 3 middle fingers and she only has 2. she would find a third one somewhere to point at us if we were to say that to her. That's what I'm thinking. This is what I don't know Lady Gaga personally, but I don't think she would put up with that. But she, I guess we pay her bills. A lot of fans are actually responsible for the financial, health of a lot of these artists and stuff like that. So where was I at? See, I done jumped all over the freaking place. Okay, first paragraph. Of course, I put it in an organized place for me to find it, and then, okay. So, but things look to be rapidly changing in Korea for the better, with laws being introduced to stop public harassment. Isn't that crazy that they have to put laws in place to stop something? We're human beings. We're not supposed to act like animals and harass people, but it happens. So whatever. Number two, she says, he says, he or she, I don't know if D is a male or female, but I'll say this person, or they say, training is not giving them talent. Ooh. You have to be able to sing. You have to be able to sing or dance when you audition. Think American Idol auditions, but not televised. Makes sense. Sure, they may invite you based on your look, but that will only take you so far if you can't dance or sing. But D, isn't that the reason why the agency has trainees? Because they kind of train you, right? Because what about when they pick somebody up off the street? They don't know if they can sing or not. Do they question them? And if they can't, they just say, okay, forget your look, you're out of here. Because isn't that what the training is for? Kind of, it is to develop that person's it's to develop that person to become what they want them to become, kind of, isn't it? I would imagine that's what it's for. But I get what you're saying here. Some larger agencies might have a modeling or acting division that you could train for instead. Got you. Think of it like this. Kids are taught how to play musical instruments, but only a few of them are talented enough to make it into an orchestra. Now, so this new series of mine that I'm talking about is going to even, I see it touching on this subject. Now, D, I have to respectfully disagree with you there. I think what happens in that case, it's not because few of them have the talent. Because remember, we are not all born with talent. It is developed. You hear that term thrown all the time around for life. All of our lives, we have heard people say that person has God-given talent. Now, I don't want to go into this whole tangent, guys. I really want to get through this thing, but I want to say this real quick, touching on what D just mentioned. I think what separates a child, what would separate a child, a kid, like you said, from making it to an orchestra is how much interest they have in it. Because you can teach any child to have the talent to be in the orchestra. Any child. It lies with that child, the level of interest they have in it. So the ones that have the most interest in it and begin to fall in love with it, just like anything else, those are the ones that make it to the orchestra. It's not that the other ones didn't have the talent or the ability to develop the talent. Now, remember, that's very important because it's the ability to be able to develop the talent. The ability, and the ability is something that is learned and practiced. It is not something a person is born with. A child for example, what I'm to help illustrate my point is, or not illustrate, but like substantiate my point is, let's take those children that made it to the orchestra and let's rewind their lives, drop them from their mother's womb and take them to a deserted island somewhere. Would they have naturally gravitated towards playing a musical instrument? I don't think so. So that's something that's developed. Anyway, kids are taught football, basketball, and baseball. How many of them are talented enough to go pro? How many of them are talented enough to go pro? To answer your question generally, all of them. All of them are talented enough to go pro. Which ones have developed the talent further than the others? is the right question there, because like I said previously, this is what I want to talk about in this new series. That is what we are kind of conditioned to believe. Like, we'll say, oh, that person can't play a certain sport because of their physical limitation. And so we say, if a person has a physical, from what we deem as a physical limitation, but they defy that limitation, we call them a special person. And that is not true. That is not true. Guys, I'm going to talk about it in my new series in more detail. Okay, so let's jump to here. Or you could see it more as a collage, a collage. Collage? Am I reading that right? College, that's not college, I know for sure. Collage. Is that what he's trying to say? Or you could see it more as a collage. Okay, collage. They bring you there, give you a dorm, pay for your food, but you have to go to dance class, a singing class, and you can choose acting classes that are not mandatory. You are tested weekly or monthly on your progress. This is very interesting. Then in 1 to 4 years, 5 to 7 years are for folks that enter as kids, because K-pop groups age ranges are normally 17 to 21 at debut. So they start them early, and then at debut, that's their ages. You graduate by getting an album in place of a diploma. That's that's pretty wild. Okay, note, the only exception would be this: new need to force a rapper into a group. New need to force a rapper into a group. Some people are not rappers, but they are taught to do so by the label. Okay, so that was one of my points, D, was the fact that you can teach them to do it. They don't come rapping. They can be taught to do it. I'm sure. Look at BTS when they first came. Four of them are singers and 3 of them are rappers, right? But look at the music video. First person that started spitting bars was Jungkook, and Jungkook is the falsetto one, right? So did he come rapping, or did he, you know what I mean? Did they teach him to rap? You see? So I think that, and singing can be taught. Like again, we say God-given talent, but singing can be taught. If a child is interested in singing, they're going to learn to sing. I don't think people come out with pipes to sing. They do not fall out of the womb with pipes, with singing pipes. That would be to believe it that way is kind of, it's a little, it's, yeah, people aren't born with talent. They're not. Contrary to what we have been conditioned to believe. People are not born with talent. They're not. Talent is developed. And it can be something as simple as a baby and sitting in front of a music video and just absorbing that. You understand what I'm saying? Just like they absorb our behaviors. A child absorbs their parents' behavior. The parent doesn't know. They think when they open their mouth or point to a math problem or something that the child is learning. No, the child is learning watching you. Just sitting there watching you, sucking on their bottle. They're watching you. So people aren't born with talent. It's not that's my opinion. That is a fact. It's a fact. You're not born with talent, because if you take those same people, put them on an island where they don't see anything, any performances or anything like that, they're not going to become performers. They're not. They're going to become whatever they're seeing as a baby while they're sucking on their bottle. Generally, conditioning plays a big part in what we end up being as adults, or what path we take. And I'll talk about that in the new series. So let's go here. The other part of the training is Motown on acid. Wow. The Supremes were chicks from the hood who were taught how to speak properly. See, who were taught how to speak properly, interview properly, and even carry themselves a certain way on TV by the company. This is the same in K-pop. Real quick, guys, I just want to check the time on my microphone and on the How is my microphone saying 49 minutes, but the anyway, guys, let's keep going. I hope that this camera isn't acting up. I'll freak out if it's acting up, but I didn't anyway. So the same is with K-pop. This is the same with in K-pop, but you got eventually got to wait. I got to do this again, guys. This is the same in K-pop, but eventually got to the extreme of idol, got to the extreme of idols not even having much of an opinion due to the company's fear or public scrutiny. Wow. You know perfection or you get the axe. Wow. Again, I must say the public has gotten people kicked out of groups before in the past. Uh, and contrary to popular belief, it has always been a part of the U.S. music industry too, and that's true. And it just went from being open in it just went from being out in the open, a la Motown, and artists developed to hidden to give the facade of someone doing it all themselves, aka industry plant. Plants are also replaceable if they feel they are failing with the public. See, that's what I'm saying. This is my point earlier. One of the points I mentioned about that the public doesn't have the final say for the most part in someone's career, an artist's career. Plants are more sinister to me because the record label is straight up lying to their audience to push this organic, quote unquote, story. That's exactly what I was just saying. This part I did not read. So, how is BTS different? Here's the good part. Number one, K pop trains idols to perfect their dancing, singing, rapping, walking, talking, carrying themselves on TV. Music produced by company, in house, or foreign producers, big hit. Big hit. While they may help with dance to sing, they seem to have decided to mostly just pick up people that already have most of that down pat. RM already doing underground hip hop, Jimin already classically trained dancer, etc., and focus more of their attention to in train in perfecting songwriting in production. Smart move by Big Hit. Very smart move. Big Hit will only work with a trainee if they schedule a time to come in on their own because they have to know that you love music, not just dancing and singing, but music. From there, Big Hit has songwriting camp like Atmosphere that allows them to grow their artist expression through exploration of literature, fine art, and travel. Though they have in-house producers and have worked with outside producers before that Hitman Bang would look over, right now they are working on an album from cover art to songs to choreography alone. It's like Bang said, I've trained you long enough, now go be the master. That's pretty freaking cool. K-pop. Number two, K-pop always be perfect, even off stage and in interviews. Big hit. You know, I do understand that there is a big brother, so to speak, in even U.S. Entertainment, in the U.S. entertainment business as well, because that's why a lot of people. I understand, you know, you mentioned it earlier as well, but I've always known that there was a big brother, so to speak, that teaches the celebrities a certain thing, because you can even see rappers go from being this street dude to cleaning up a little bit when they become major. And Gucci Mane is an example of one of them. We say, you know, a lot of black people in a lot of the black community will call that selling out and stuff like that. But what they don't understand is that is actually some sort of bigger brother guidance or bigger sister guidance that is kind of, you know, getting to Gucci Mane and saying, hey, look, you got to remove the gold teeth in this whole, you know, street look, and got to be more professional. You got to carry yourself a little bit better. And I think I've always known that. I've always known that there was an overseer, so to speak, that is responsible for cleaning acts up, if that makes sense. So where was I? Uh, how to train them act. Didn't train them on how to act. Well, was first be perfect off stage. Big Hit didn't train them how to act off stage other than being respectful is the reason why they come off more natural and sometimes crackhead wild in interviews versus idol groups who often come across robotic in comparison. And I have noticed that. Good point, because I have observed that in K-pop groups. Like, I'm no K-pop professional, but I've seen K-pop groups here and there over the years, and I do see that roboticness. So that was a good point you made there. Number 3, K-pop go on variety shows over and over again so that the public likes them. Vlogging, number 97% social media. I'm sorry. Vlogging, no 90% social media, no until recently. Big Hit let them do their own show where they do challenges and release it on the internet. In addition, and that is that Run BTS, right? I'm gathering from your guys' comments. Um, in addition to vlogging and being on social media, sharing with fans, note, times are changing and other companies are allowing their idols to be on social media, but of it is so cringy due to managers off screen still trying to control the idol. The audience isn't dumb. That's right. That's right. The audience isn't dumb. We can see how you make them feel. That right there is the reason why you guys know I'm genuine about this. And I really appreciate that, because I want that to be noticed. As boastful as that may seem, it doesn't really seem boastful. That's pretty true. But I'm proud that is seeping through me, and you guys can clearly see that. Because I just want that to be noticed. I really want that to be noticed. Um, Number 4, K-pop. Traveling when you don't have a concert in said country. No. Oh, okay. So I see what you're doing here. I'm tripping, D. You're jumping. You're doing a comparison in each one of these in this numbered outline. You're doing a comparison between K-pop and BTS. Okay. That's dumb that I got to number 4 before I actually caught on to that. K-pop. Traveling when you don't have a concert in said country. No. Big Hit documents BTS being sent to different countries to learn how to get around on their own. Surely they turn it into a show, more of the documentary style, and have even taken some great photos, but there is a deeper education in learning a culture that is not your own and making your way around in a foreign country without fear. D, how in the world did you come up with how'd you know all this stuff? What you did was, I don't know if this is what you've learned over time, but I think this is what you observed. So you took the information and you came up with an explanation for it. And that's a lot of what I'm doing for this new series. A lot of this stuff that I'm going to be discussing or going over in this new series is things that I've just experienced, learned, and I put together on my own. Now, it's not an organized series. I don't have it planned out and anything. I'm just going to be going for it and just learning as I go, as I'm teaching, which is crazy. I'm going to be teaching as I'm learning. And because it's things that I really want to discuss and talk about. And I actually have been wanting to start a YouTube channel for the past 11 years, talking about just this. I just didn't think anybody wanted to hear anything about it. The new series thing is what I'm talking about. Of course, I couldn't predict BTS was going to be around. So let's jump here. So number 5, K-pop. Songs and music videos are usually happy or about love lost or wanting love. Albums and music videos stand on their own. BTS albums and music videos are explore novels, artwork, psychology and tragedy, as well as love loss. Albums and videos are connected meaning. Often takes 3 albums to tell complete story. Videos are continually or continuing. I can't read, you guys. Videos are continuing stories like a drama when watched in order. No wonder you guys keep telling me watch it in order. And somebody mentioned that me jumping all over the place, I'm not getting the story right, is what a few of you have mentioned in the comment section. A single song will also tell a story from beginning, middle, and end. Now, what they have in common with K-pop, practicing dancing for hours on end, the look, style, the onstage persona, pop nature of some songs, not all, as you will soon learn. I'm already learning that, D. Going on music shows, album release schedule. Why am I getting goosebumps? Album release schedule, light sticks, multiple album versions, and light sticks. I saw on the Nobody's to Legends, and I think I also saw it on the 7 members of Bangtan video where they had those light sticks, and I wondered about that. I want one. Multiple album versions and fan signs. Elements of K-pop. All elements of K-pop. Thanks for reading. I know this was long. Yes, it was, dude, but I'm getting goosebumps finishing it up. I don't know what's wrong with me. BTS just has that effect. It's amazing. You guys, you know, I'm going to, it's going to be bittersweet. I'm just being honest. It's going to be bittersweet to leave the baby army phase. I'm going to hold on to baby army for as long as I can, guys, because I like this position. I do. I like this position. And one of the reasons why I like this position in the baby context way is that you guys are cradling me. You know how comforting it is for a baby to, I hope you guys watch this part, because this is kind of, now I'm saying this, it's starting to feel important to me. So I hope you guys lasted this long to hear this part. But you know how it's comforting for a baby. That's actually a psychological thing for a baby, to be comforted by their parents, or to be snuggled, you know what I mean? Snuggled and comforted. So I believe that I'm getting some of those endorphins or feelings from you guys comforting me. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? This is what I'm feeling. So I love the baby army phase, and I'm gonna hold on to it for as long as I can. But this video has gone on long. A few of you are like, about time, and a few other ones are like, oh, this is not the end, right? Is it? But do click on any other videos that I have. Some of these pop-ups. I'm gonna do this new thing where I pop up the some videos or some reaction things that I want you guys to pop up before the video ends. So while I'm still talking, I'm gonna try that out and see, just to see if I can pop things up in like now. I don't even know if anything's gonna be popped up there. I just wanted to do that. But I guess that would do it for this video, guys. I have some music videos and things like that I want to react to per your guys' suggestions and requests. So I do want to get into that today and be able to upload that. And my computer is starting to act funny. I'm going to end up having to somehow, you know, eventually try to get a new computer. My laptop is, with the Microsoft updates, it's starting to act up. And I'm not going to go all into details and stuff like that about Microsoft updates. Anyway, so that'll do it for this particular episode, guys. This will be episode 6, like I said, of the I Just Discovered BTS series. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, and also hit that post notifications. If you are here and you're new, and this is the first series that you're seeing, or the first episode that you're seeing in the series, I do encourage you to go back to the first one and start from part 1 and come, make your way back to part 6, or if you've already watched it, go to 7 when I upload it. And I really appreciate the love and support, guys. And I'm excited about this new series coming, and I hope you guys will follow that series as well. That'll do it for this one, guys. Until the next video, I'll be seeing you. Peace.